welcome to another one of our videos. I'm the Worm, this is the Prodon. Today we're going to be doing a juice review of which we did receive free of charge, but from one of our friends on Facebook.
Indeed, one of the subs who's also on Facebook, Vic, hello Vic, sent this down to us, down to us to have a little try and see what we think of it. So yeah, it is what it is. This is from CreativeVapes.co.uk. I'm going to have to check that. I'm so sorry.
True and honest review as always.
.co.uk, yeah, sorry, I wanted to make sure it was .co.uk and not .com. I only checked the site a couple of times and it was just off the top of my head. It kind of caught me out by surprise. It was like, yes, it came from Vic, and I didn't really think it actually came from a website before that. Basically, Creative Vapes, Vic loves Creative Vapes, she's rants and raves about them all the time. They've got a lot of juices on there and they allow you to customise your mix, make whatever you feel like, so you can specify PG/VG ratios, you can specify flavours 1 and 2, nicotine strength, all that good stuff. So what this is Vic's creation, which is Bailey's Custard from Creative Vapes, 18mg strength, 60/40 PG/VG ratio, and the price on these 10ml bottles are $3.99, which I think is very respectable for a juice that you're specifying. There you go. So what we've done, we've loaded up not one but two drippers with this in. We've got an A7, we've got an M6, both running on mechanicals, around a 1 ohm coil. And we'll have a little vape. I'll let Worm pick his weapon. We'll have a little vape, let you know what we think of it. So yeah, here's what it is.
You locked that off, you did. You locked it.
Do you want to say, smelling this, it kind of smelled to me like an Irish coffee or something like. It did smell a little bit coffee-like, but I could definitely smell some sort of whiskey going on in there.
Yeah, I smell whiskey.
In terms of what it tastes like, to me, I do get a slight sort of hit of Bailey's, very slight. It's more of a, it's a strange one. I do get a slight hit of Bailey's, and it's very creamy, which I'm guessing being a Bailey's custard, that's kind of what you'd expect it to be. That's what you'd want it to be. I am getting a very sort of, almost like a Tia Maria kind of hit, very right in the back. In the background, I've got a little Tia Maria with some Bailey's and custard and sweet creamy alcoholness going on in there. It's a bit woof, but it's not bad.
What I'm getting is not Bailey's. I have to be honest, it's just I'm getting the creaminess, but it doesn't taste like Bailey's. It tastes more like a creamy whiskey.
That's what Bailey's is.
But it doesn't taste like Bailey's though. It just tastes like a creamy Jack Daniels or something along those lines, like more of a whiskey. It's not bad. It's actually quite nice, but it's just when I was expecting Bailey's and I didn't get Bailey's, it was just it threw me off a little bit. Maybe that's because of the extra custard in there.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I can't pinpoint custard per se. I can't say that is Bailey's and custard. I can say it's definitely a whiskey creamy Bailey's in there. I mean, to be honest with you, when you're replicating something like a Bailey's, it's not an easy flavour to replicate if you're making it as a drink, let alone as a liquid. So I think they've done an alright job at that, to be honest with you. But the custard itself, I couldn't pinpoint custard. Now, I did have a quick look at Creative Vapes, and you sort of choose flavour 1 and flavour 2. I don't think there's sort of super amount of customizability. I don't think you could say sort of a major custard with a drop of Bailey's. I'm guessing Vic has picked Bailey's as flavour 1 and custard as flavour 2, so I'm guessing they have their own kind of way of tailoring that, so sort of a shot of Bailey's and then a little shot of custard or something like that. I'd imagine if you pick flavour 1 as custard and have it backed up with Bailey's, the liquid may be different. We have no idea. But I'm definitely getting a sort of a creamy Bailey's with a little bit of Tia Maria going on in there as well.
I'm getting like a creamy alcoholness with a sweetness, which I'm assuming is obviously the custard. But it's weird because like the vapour that I can smell, it smells like custard. I don't know. I'm sorry, Vic. I can't taste specifically custard, but we can definitely taste like a creamy, or I can definitely taste like a creamy smell
whiskey,
custard in the air.
Bailey's, and you can smell custard. It's all a bit half-assed this end as per usual. But that is what it is. When it comes to Bailey's itself and a custard mix, I don't think you're ever going to distinguish those two flavours. I think once you've mixed, especially those two flavours, they are going to meld into one, being that Bailey's is kind of a creamy alcohol anyway. So we do 2 marks out of 10, one for what it's supposed to taste like and one for what we personally think of it. So do you want to hit first?
Yeah, I'm not getting the Baileys off this. I am getting the creaminess of the Baileys, but I'm not getting the full Baileys taste with a custard background sort of sweetness. So I'm getting the custard sweetness, I'm getting the Bailey creaminess, but I'm not getting the Baileys taste that I would prefer. Weird, I know, but it's about an 8. I just would like the Baileys to come through a little bit stronger on this. That being said, it's a really nice juice, and I actually quite enjoy this. For me personally, it's like a 9.
For me, Bailey's custard, I am getting a definite sort of reminiscent Bailey's taste. I can't say it's an exact Bailey's taste, but it's definitely a creamy whiskey, shall we say. And I'm definitely getting a smooth custard texture. I want to put it that way. I do want to bear in mind,
textures and smells.
Textures and smells. We're like connoisseurs. But no, this is an 18mg strength, and I'm not getting any throat hit whatsoever. And for it to not be given a throat hit, it is definitely a smooth liquid. I am getting a slight backdraft of a coffee or something. I don't know if you're getting.
I'm on throat. I'm going to taste coffee after I've stopped. If I stop for like about 20 seconds or so, it's like a coffee taste on my throat.
It's like you've had a very small bit of timber on your tongue, and then that's what it's left you with. For me, Bailey's custard, I'm going to give it a 9. I think it's quite a nice liquid. It is very nice. For me personally, it's not something I could do all day. Get quite sickly after an hour, but yeah, 9.5. It's something that I could quite happily sit down with a drip away for a few hours or an hour, and then change over to something that's a little bit sharper and a little bit more on your tongue. But yeah, no, definitely nice liquid. Obviously, I want to say a big thank you to Vic for sending it down to us, along with lots of other toys that she sent her down with. Bless her, she's a little mummy of the group recently on Facebook. She's a lovely lady. And also, just sort of, again, this wasn't sent for us to us from CreativeVapes, but a little shout out to CreativeVapes for being able to customise your website, customise your juices the way that you have, as well as having your juices that you can choose from. I did see one on there like not long ago. I mean, one was looking sweet cucumber. I don't know how that would taste. I really don't. But there's some
cucumber.
Well, cucumber tastes like nothing. But there's some premixed liquids on there as well. But it's great that you can go on there and just choose what you want. It's a bit of customisability, and it's fantastic. You're not having to pay out the arse for it. Good stuff. And they do 50ml bottles as well if you do find a mix that you do particularly like. Bear in mind that they are coming fresh made. You've got to steep them for a bit, guys. This has been sat there for a week with us, and I think Vic had it for a little while as well. So we've let it steep. I'd imagine with a bit more steeping time, a month or two, that these flavours will slightly change, but give them as much time as you can, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Mr. Proton. This has been The Worm. See you soon.